based on everything we talked about, one of the things that I'd be interested to hear, and maybe anybody who's watching, is, what would you recommend to somebody who has identified that there's some steps to take improving their time and attendance system for efficiency's sake on both the employer and employee side, and maybe they're considering making a change or something. Like, what would you recommend to people in those situations?
So the first thing I would consider is just how much time are you spending gathering up your hours for your employees and incorporating that in the payroll. Is it an efficient process, or is it taking you time, dollars? Is it easy, or is it a pain, right? The next thing that I would ask is just like, what are our primary business needs in terms of tracking time? Do we just need a clock that employees can punch in and punch out on? Do we have different jobs or projects or cost centers we're really trying to expense our employees' hours across? Do we have different override rates, shift differentials that we need to track and automate? And then, if the answer is yes to any of those things, then go back. Like, is your current platform, is your current system doing that efficiently? Is it effective? Or is it a manual process? Is it taking substantial hours and time for you or your supervisors to get you the right information so that then you again can incorporate it in payroll? The last thing that I would really consider too is, like, do you have a scheduling need? Or do you need to create schedules for your staff on a weekly or bi-weekly basis? Do their schedules change? Do you need to communicate this data to them? If the answer is yes, do your employees' schedules then change after it's been published? How do you manage those scheduling changes? Do you have some type of coverage or compliance need that you're trying to schedule for? If you schedule your staff, how well are you scheduling them, forecasting their hours, trying to reduce your overtime expense? What is your system there that helps you in that regard? And if you don't really have one, think about, what is the cost then of not proactively planning my overtime expense, proactively planning the hours that I'm assigning to different individuals to make sure that we're doing everything we can to plan appropriately, and then afterwards go back through and audit exceptions to that to understand why I had more hours than I planned on, why I had overtime for a particular individual when I really only scheduled them for a certain amount of hours.
And that, it seems like a common theme here with, like, planning and making sure that things stay efficient and really generating a benefit for both sides. So that's really interesting.